Hello and welcome to another episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood and Katrina Swathwood.
Hello.
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 We've taken some breaks in the past and, with COVID and blah, 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 blah.
All the things.
We were gone for a while. This one was, I guess we should have maybe been a little bit more clear about what was coming up in our lives. And I'm going to talk out loud and think out loud while I'm going with this. I haven't told Katrina about this.
And I guess I'm processing.
Yes, you're processing live. We kind of took a break that we wasn't expected, but kind of should have been. We have two kids. We've talked about our kids on here a bunch of times. Parker and Oliver. And nothing's wrong before I get too far into that. The kids are fine. Everybody's good. But as vaccinations have gone up and cases have gone down, there's been small returns to normalcy, and both of our kids are in Little League. So we are at the baseball field 6 days a week.
Yes.
6 days a week. As much as we would love to do this full time and be able to bring you guys all of our dumbass opinions and commentary on all this stuff, we do both have full-time jobs. We've both talked about them scarcely on here.
We've touched on it.
We've touched on it. There you go. That's a perfect way to put it. We've touched on it. But we both do have full-time jobs, and being at the fields 6 days a week has made it difficult to recuperate and find time for this. Now, you could say, well, there's Sunday. You could do it on Sunday, and that would be great, and we're not trying to make excuses as to why we're not doing it on Sunday. But since we are at the fields 6 days a week, that seventh day is either for not doing something or more than not chores.
Chores.
Because we have to catch up on the things that we neglected for the 6 previous days. Combine that with in April, I had... let's see how to put this delicately. I wasn't admitted to a hospital or anything, but I had a minor mental breakdown. And is this Mental Health Awareness Month?
I believe it is.
Okay, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. I don't kind of believe in some of that stuff. Yes, bring awareness to it. But, we should be paying attention to that shit all the time.
Not just 1 month out of the year.
I went a full year without any panic attacks or anxiety attacks, which I count myself very lucky. Most people don't
deal with those,
get away with that amount of time with not freaking out. But yeah, I had the minor mental breakdown.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I think so.
I know so.
But combining that with the fact that we are at the baseball field 6 days a week, I couldn't bring myself to find motivation for this.
Mental capacity to execute.
I've used the term, sometimes I feel like I'm spinning plates, and if you neglect one for too long, it falls, and this was the thing that fell.
And that's okay.
Yeah. And
I don't think you need to apologize for that.
No, and I don't, I hope it's not sounding like this. We both enjoy doing this. And I hope it comes off as we enjoy doing it, because we're not making any money off of this.
Absolutely not.
No, and that's not why we do it. We do have a good amount of listeners, and that's cool. I'm truly thankful for anybody that spends the time listening to us. There's about 400,000 podcasts at least.
Oh, I'm sure there's more than that.
And the fact that we have a decent amount of people that
spend their time with us, or ask if we're okay when we're not there. I appreciate that kind of stuff. But I'm doing better. I think in the future, some podcasts call it seasons. They have seasons. They do it for 8 months out of the year or whatever. I think we might have to be realistic with all of you that when we have 2 kids doing baseball at the same time, we are going to be a little bit more scarce. That's fair.
And, that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not like we're going away. We've been doing this for years now, and we have a few hundred episodes.
Yes.
So it's not like we're just like, oh,
we're done.
You saw, or you heard us come back this year after a weird year for all of us. COVID is still here, but I mean, we had some tough times there, and we came back and we were regular in January and February and March and April. End of March, April is when baseball picked up, so we kind of disappeared, and then I had my issues, but I'm thinking maybe next year in February or March, we'll let everybody be aware that, hey, you know, for
break time's coming.
These next couple, we'll try to squeeze them in still. Maybe instead of doing 4 a month, we can do 1 or 2 a month. Just find if we have time, but we're not gonna lie. It's
time?
Exactly. It's tiring. We have 2 kids in. I'm on the fields helping with both teams in a capacity. Katrina's scorekeeping.
Just imagine if I'm on the board next year.
Yeah, Katrina's voluntarily running for the board.
Voluntarily.
I nominated her without her knowledge.
Of course.
It was hilarious.
I'm sure it was.
But, you know, we spent a lot of time up there. So, but, you know, it's not winding down yet. We still have a month, basically, of this.
Oh, well, we've also submitted paperwork that we're committed through August, possibly.
For All-Stars, but that'll be 1 kid. It'll be a little bit easier to
we'll
find
see.
time. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
That's if he makes All-Stars. And there's all kinds of stuff that happened at baseball this year that's drama, but nobody wants to hear about that.
No one does.
In the meantime, you know, we didn't stop watching stuff.
I don't know if that's accurate.
Well, you know, it was.
We had good intentions to watch stuff, and we watched a few things.
And I think we already talked about the Oscar movies that we watched on here.
Yeah, we did.
So,
because we didn't get around to anymore.
No, we didn't. And we tried to stay active with keeping up on TV shows and movies and stuff that were coming out and comics and pop culture news and all the stuff that we typically talk to you all about, but. That kind of got put on the back burner too, because when you're getting home, when you're working all day and then you're going straight to fields and then you're not getting home till late and then you got to make dinner and you got to get the kids ready. And if you're parents, you know exactly what we're talking about.
And then you have to find time to do all the other crap like laundry.
Yeah, we're tired. So, but we did sneak in some stuff here and there. You know, we watched Godzilla, we watched Mortal Kombat, we watched Made for Love, we watched Invincible. We watched a handful of things.
We're caught up on Harley Quinn.
Yeah, we watched all of Harley Quinn. So we definitely have stuff that we want to talk about that we hope isn't too dated at this point. Not that it matters. I mean, there's a million podcasts out there that review old movies and stuff, so it's not like we're
behind the times.
But you know, we have stuff we want to talk about, and I mean, if you're downloading this, then you want to hear us talk about it.
Huzzah! What's wrong?
Nothing. I thought I heard something, but
I always hear things. I just tell them to be quiet.
Yeah, in your head.
Yes. What?
Interesting.
I talk to myself all the time.
Yeah, you know, I came home from work one day on my lunch, and you were talking to yourself.
I do that all the time. I've done that since I was a kid.
Is that weird? Why?
I was an only child. I had nobody else to talk to. And when you're left at home by yourself, what are you going to do?
Jesus.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
You have conversations and kind of work through things.
But we do have some stuff we do want to talk about, and I don't want to jump into that yet. We wanted to touch base and let you know where we were at and why I mean, we weren't gone for that long. It's been 5 weeks. It's not like we were gone for 5 months.
It feels longer.
It does, but it's because we're so
freaking busy.
We're doing so much. The last time it was 5 or 6 months, where this was 5 or 6 weeks. And like I said, we're not falling off or doing anything like that. It's just, it's time constraints, and I hope you all understand that. And mental health, you know, you can't
do everything.
You can't do everything, and you can't stress the importance of
prioritizing
and admitting when you can't handle it. And I couldn't handle it. I was just having a tough time, and it wasn't baseball, and because I'm busy, it's just, you know, I had a full-on horrible panic attack, and it didn't I mean, if you've had one and you've been there, it takes time to get back to feeling like you're okay. Sometimes it takes a long time. I feel like I was off for maybe like a week or week and a half there in April.
That's fair.
Where I just didn't feel like myself, and I forced myself to get out of bed and go to work. You know, but there's nothing wrong with admitting that you can't do something. In the meantime, we watched another superhero thing that I wanted to lump in with Invincible. What did we watch? Was there a movie or show? We haven't been writing it down because who
has time for that?
But I wanted to partner something up with Invincible.
Is it escaping you?
It is escaping me. I guess
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I guess for the second part of this episode, we can touch base on the HBO Max movies because
we still haven't watched the Snyder Cut.
No, we haven't, and yeah, I'm still
honestly, it's at the bottom of my list.
Yeah, I want to watch Warrior. Everybody recommended Warrior, and I want to watch that.
We tried to start it.
We watched the first half of an episode, and I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty good."
And then we fell asleep.
But we watched Kong in Mortal Kombat, and I don't really think there's a lot to say about Godzilla and Kong. You know, I was Team Kong, and who else?
Kids were Team Godzilla.
Yeah, and it was a okay popcorn movie. You know, it was a big spectacle. Nothing really special happened in it. Nothing. I mean,
no one really won.
It was just like, if I would have paid to go see it, I would have been like, this sucks.
It's a mashup movie.
Yeah, but since I didn't, and it was just something we could watch at home, it was like, it wasn't bad. I know I'm famous on here for saying, I gave it a B, but I wouldn't even give it a B. It was more like a C.
I love when we went to go watch Mortal Kombat. You're like, someone gave this a 7. And we went into the movie with that, and I was just like thinking throughout the entire movie, who the fuck gave this a 7?
Okay, so in the first 10 minutes, weren't you like, this could be good?
I was actually intrigued. The first opening sequence was actually really shot well.
It was shot well. Everything looked good.
It flowed well.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, that's where all our money went, so the rest is going to be dog shit. And I was just like,
It was bad.
It was really bad.
Like, everything about it was bad. And I think the thing that I tricked myself into thinking that it could possibly be good. That's
like
the problem.
You wanted it to be?
You wanted it to be good. You know,
you did.
Yes. I'm not saying you. I'm using like
the universal you.
The universal you of like, I saw it, but when any new character came in, they like focused on his face like it was like the video game.
Headshot,
where it was,
yeah.
And I was just like, that is bad. And then the main actor was bad.
I don't even know if I'd call him an actor.
It was bad. I wouldn't even that's like a D. And that's only because the first 10 minutes were cool, and the battle towards the end between Sub-Zero and Scorpion was okay.
That's what you were waiting for the entire movie.
Yeah.
You're like, how much more shit do I have to get through to watch that?
And they're talking about like a franchise, and these people signed up for multiple movies, and I'm like, really? It was bad.
It was not good. At all.
It was so bad.
None of like the characters besides Kano were good.
Yeah, and Kano was, he's
the bad guy.
He was funny, but
he was a comedic relief.
Yeah, but it was not good.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend that movie to anybody.
No.
And I'm sure a ton of people watched it. And how do you go from like on HBO Max from like Judas and the Black Messiah
to that?
Like,
hey man, contracts.
Wow.
They know people wanted to watch it.
Yeah, and I got caught up in it too. I think the next one's Space Jam.
Oh my god.
And the kids want to watch it. I was
Are you
we
gonna
gotta
watch the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta watch the first one first.
All right.
I don't want to dive into Invincible on this episode because that's going to be a full episode.
A lot happened in that.
I will say this. If you haven't watched Invincible,
watch it.
Go watch it. Watch the first full episode and you'll be
not for kids.
No, it's not for kids. Do not watch. But we have a lot of stuff that we're looking forward to coming up. You know, Rick and Morty comes back in like 3 weeks.
So does Dave.
Oh, and Dave. Yeah, Dave comes back in 4 weeks, middle of June.
Yeah.
So June will be a good month. We got a lot of good stuff coming out.
If we have time to watch it.
I think we will. I mean, Little League's gonna be winding down, and you know,
school's winding down.
School's winding down. We'll have a little bit more time, and I know now with Katrina and I both being vaccinated, and us having quite a few friends that are vaccinated, we can start getting people back on here. Not people that you're like, oh, I've heard of that person. Although that could happen too. You know, we have this. Do people still know what Rolodexes are?
I don't know.
I
do.
We have a Rolodex. No, we have some people that have offered to be on here, and I've said that about a dozen times.
That's true.
And we just never got it up because this last year and a half has just been dog shit.
That's going to require effort on my part, and I'm not willing to give it yet.
And that's fair. I just talked this last 10 minutes. It said, you know, it's okay to admit when we can't do it. And we just can't do it yet. You know, we have a lot of plans for this, and we have a lot of things we want to do, and we've put a lot of our time and effort and money into this, and we're not stopping. It's just, you know, life caught up to us.
Oh, it always does.
Yeah.
It smashes you down to remind you that you're not in control.
Well, I felt like we kicked this year off well.
We did.
And we were regular and consistent and things.
Well, Robert, I can't even find time to go to the grocery store and get groceries for us to eat dinner during the week. So,
well, I mean, before you think that we're terrible parents, it's more because we just don't have any time and the kids are still eating.
Right.
It's just we're eating at the snack bar.
Right. And my kids are eating noodles or chicken nuggets.
We're eating quick meals at the end of the day because, like I said, we got up at 5:45 in the morning and we are doing something until 9 o'clock at night every day.
Yes.
And it's just makes for long days. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love baseball season, and I love watching the kids play, and I love being out there.
I legit fell asleep on the couch on Sunday because I was just so exhausted.
It was Mother's Day.
So?
That was okay.
Okay, so that's the one pass I get.
You get one day
nice.
a year. No, I mean, we need to take more days. I mean, I feel like we need to not press and be like, it's okay. But like even on those days, I'm like, we should be doing something. We should be doing something. We should be doing something.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. And I try to ignore you sometimes.
You should.
She's like, I need to do something. And I'm just like, I'm not doing anything.
It's almost being regretful for being so busy and stuff we have to do that I want to do something that we want to do. But what we need to do is relax and take a breather. Let the kids play video games for a day.
Well, that's hard to do when one of them's on restriction.
Yeah.
Stupid kids.
No, but it's getting better. I do have some comic books I want to talk to you about coming up because Firepower from Robert Kirkman is going to release its 12th issue next month.
Okay, so I have one more month.
Yeah, to actually start reading it.
I'm sorry, man. I just don't. When I sit down on the couch at night, I'm done. Like, I go on my phone for a little bit to decompress. And like the other night, I was up till like 1 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't go to sleep.
Where was I?
You were asleep.
Awesome. Because my thing is I'll go to sleep from 9:30 to 10:30 and then wake up and then go to bed and then not be able to sleep and then come back out on the couch.
Oh, you were out. And I was just like, I can't sleep.
I need those nights.
I didn't say you don't.
Why are you judging me?
I'm not.
You are.
Says who?
You. No. Damn it.
What?
I'm so fucking distracted from getting back on here and the 150 things I want to talk about that I keep going from
pick one.
Thing to thing in my brain.
Pick one.
And I don't. So, like, Monday through Thursday, we don't watch or do anything.
We watch baking.
Oh, yeah, we watch the Great British Baking Show.
I like watching that show.
It's great. You know, it's a relaxing show. We watch it. No, except even with that, we've been falling asleep like 20 minutes in.
That was one day.
No, it was more than one day.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, well.
And then we watched the last 2 episodes of Harley Quinn maybe 4 times.
I know. I had to go back and rewatch the last one again without you because I couldn't remember what happened.
It's just tough. I know Parker wants to be back on here.
Oh, I know. He keeps asking.
He's dying for it.
And he wants to do all the things all the time.
Yeah. of course. And he's like plowing through books right now. And I know he's all excited.
Oh, because when did he start reading The Phantom Tollbooth? On Monday?
Yeah, he read it in like
3 days.
Yeah.
It was 3 days. He was done yesterday. He's like, all right, I finished the book.
That's fast.
And I was like, okay.
Well, you thought he would like it, and you were right.
Yeah, no, he liked Talk. That was his favorite character.
Is that the dog?
Yeah.
That was my favorite character.
So I need to find another book like that for him to read. He wanted these other books.
Why don't you give him your Neil Gaiman book?
No. Maybe the Graveyard Book, but even that's a little...
harsh.
Yeah. Everybody's just murdered in the first chapter.
You gave it to a 12-year-old.
But he's not 12. Was she 12 or 13?
She was 12 at the time.
Okay. He's not 12 yet.
Okay.
I guess it wouldn't matter. He's read some of Invincible, so...
Yeah, but he read like the first like 5 issues. There was nothing like you see or how the series ends up going.
Well, at least in the Gaiman book, there's no pictures.
Words could be more descriptive.
Oh, they can, and
sure.
He does really well with that.
Who, Gaiman or Parker?
Gaiman.
Oh. You don't think Parker does well?
When it comes to writing, he starts sentences with because.
Who? Parker?
Parker.
So did I. For a long time.
Like, and I don't know how many times we've had that conversation as I saw something that he wrote, like he was having trouble updating a sheet he had to turn in. And it said because, blah, blah. I was like, why are you starting the sentence with because? I was like, you can't create a whole sentence. And he's like,
He's 11. He's learning that stuff now.
But we like talked about it all last year. He has the same teacher and it was the same issue. I don't know. I give him shit for it when I saw it. As I should.
Yeah, that's how they learn. And he's in this point where he's actually listening to us, and it's nice.
It is. There's some times where he's sliding a little bit, but he's doing better.
Because he's 11.
I know.
You can't expect him to do it 100% of the time.
Right. No one can pick up their clothes. Like, that's just driving me crazy right now.
Do we want to go down roads on stuff that people don't do?
No. No, we don't.
No, we don't.
God.
I know there's just as much stuff that I don't do, but I collectively see the three of you not doing things, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, how many times do I got to say this shit? And it's not like I'm a dad and it's the thermostat, like some stereotypical bullshit.
It's thermostat?
Yeah. It's like dad's
somebody
in the
moved the thermostat.
Yeah, somebody adjusted the thermostat. That's like a dad stereotype.
So you don't adjust the thermostat when I put it on an even number and you put it to an odd number?
I don't anymore.
Interesting.
No, I don't. You think I do?
No, I was just curious.
I don't adjust the thermostat very often.
That doesn't bother me, so.
I set it at like 79, so you set it at 78, so you do it is what you're saying.
No, because whenever I would change the air conditioning to go on, I usually put it on an even number. And I know you put things on odd numbers.
Yes, always. That's why I said 79.
Okay.
No, but we're back, and we're going to record again tomorrow.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. I didn't tell you?
No, you didn't.
We wanted to just let people know what was going on.
Okay.
And I didn't want it to seem like the last couple times where we were like, oh, we've been gone for 6 months, and this is where we've been. I don't know why
You got all high bitch voice.
Yeah. But it was more because we were busy, and I damn near mentally exploded. I mean, my heart rate out that night was up to like 135 beats per minute.
Yeah, but you're also overusing that little gadget gizmo of yours.
Yeah, because it calms me down typically, but I was having a panic attack, and I checked my heart rate, and it made it way worse.
Way worse.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we can say? The Oscars sucked this year.
Yeah.
They were terrible.
Well, I don't know what you expected.
They were terrible.
Like, they couldn't have acts or
music.
They were
terrible.
Like, would you have liked it if they had, like, off-site music talent that did, like, little things?
Yes, I would. But even the awards just were bad. Anthony Hopkins didn't get to talk. It was just bad. It was bad. The only part that was good was the song lyrics, and then Glenn Close dancing.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, but that was the only good thing.
She's funny.
Why can't I Daniel Kaluuya?
Yeah.
Saying his parents had sex, and
that was great.
That was great because now he's here, and so that was good.
And his mom was freaking out.
Yeah, she's like, "What did he say?" I mean, that's how babies are made,
right?
Yeah, but I really want to talk Invincible, but it's gonna be a full episode. I'm gonna go. I want to do a reread, and Alan will kill me because I haven't finished Preacher, but I want to do a reread of Invincible.
Okay. Like before we do the podcast?
No.
Okay.
I got
you
the itch to
go back
do
to
it.
read
Like I went back to like my first real love of fantasy started with Redwall when I was in 6th grade.
which Parker hates.
Yeah, which he hates, and that's fine. But then I really got hooked when I started reading Dragonlance books, and I've reread 4.5 of them now, and I want to keep going because I realized I don't really know what happened in the Twins series.
Like you don't remember?
After the first book, yeah. I'm in the second book, and I'm like, I don't very vaguely remember this.
Wasn't he traveling to find his brother?
No.
No?
That's not it at all.
Oh, see? I
That's
don't
not
even know.
Close. So Raistlin and Caramon and Chrysania went back
In time?
before the Cataclysm to see the King Priest. And she was trying to see the King Priest. Her soul was not with her, so she had to go to the King Priest who could save her. And Raistlin was going to fight the Dark Wizard from then to get the power. It was a lot of stuff. You don't remember any of that?
No.
Yeah, that was it.
Because I read it, like a million years ago?
Yeah, probably like 18, 19 years ago.
A long time.
Yeah. So I'm reading those again, and it's been nice because it gives me something to do on my lunch. But no, I do want to record tomorrow. I just wanted to kind of touch base at where we were at. And we can come back and talk Invincible because I can talk a full 30, 40 minutes of just Invincible. So if you're listening to this, spoilers for the next episode. And when I come on to the next episode, I will say it again. Spoilers on the next episode because
we're going to go through all through it.
Yeah, we're going to go through all 8 episodes, and I want to tear through that shit and break some stuff down because there's some stuff that I'm interested in talking about if you're familiar with it. Some differences. Why people hate Amber in the show because...
Why? Because she's black?
And it was more because, she's immature. And I'm like, no, she's not. Well, first of all, she's 17.
Right. She's a high schooler.
Yeah.
Most high schoolers are immature.
People are tearing her down when she's a high school
teenage girl
who's volunteering her time at a homeless shelter. I mean, can you get more saintly? I mean...
Well, I'm sure you could, but...
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah, so I want to break that down because I was frustrated with these people's answers. These people.
The endless black hole of the internet.
Oh, for sure. I just think that anytime, and Invincible's guilty of it as well, is as much as I feel like that fan base is more accepting, it's not. They changed something that's bad. It's like, come on. Come on. Did you just hear Andy?
Yes. This food tastes bad.
Yeah. But no, we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for listening, and gals. Thank you people for listening. We will be back very quickly, and we are both okay, and it will be a scheduled break next time we start Little League, so everybody is aware and doesn't worry. So we will be back very quickly.